So you want to build a village. We did. Every year we built it with boxes and containers and the boxes that the village pieces came in. And one year I had the idea that we were going to make this right. We were going to do it and never have to do it again. And that's exactly what we did. We took old cake stand foams that we used to make cake stands, and we always kept all the scraps because you never know what you might use them for. We had some big ones. That's a 36-inch center. We had some extras, so I put them to work. I had an idea of what I wanted, but there was some trial and error. We had to make the center fit inside of the train set, and we set it on a 6-foot round table. We cut the bottom pieces out the way we thought we might like it to get one base, and then we built up from there. Nothing is glued at this point. This is the large table that it sits on. He drilled holes in the bottom of it so that the cords can run through the bottom and not have to go over the train set. This way you don't see any of the cords. And that's my dog not being impressed with any of this. We had to rearrange the pieces over and over again to see if we liked where it was. And I won't lie, it was kind of a pain in the butt, redoing it, undoing it, redoing it, but we knew we'd only have to do it this one time. And then from now on, everything would always fall into place. And for the last 3 years, that's exactly what has happened. We pretty much knew what kind of order we wanted things in. The carnival together, the village pieces together, the Christmas tree stuff together, the diner. We kind of had an idea of how that went. He cut around the second layer. That's a double thick cake stand. Nothing is glued. This was the very back piece and the very first piece I ever got. I love this piece so much. He had to cut the back of it so that the train could clear it. Otherwise, every time the train would go around, if it barely even touched anything, it would stop it. So there it is, nice and clear. It's a perfect circle now, and it works wonderfully. This is that dense foam. It is not that crumbly foam, so make sure if you do go buy foam at the craft store that you get the dense foam. And having different heights or gluing two pieces together to make it thicker works really, really well. It gives you lots of variance in height. He cut it with the saw in his shop and then sanded it with the sander, but you can hand sand it. He drilled holes before ever gluing anything together to make sure that the cords could go through and that they would hide once we got the village finished. Honestly, we didn't know what we were doing. We were winging it, but it worked. Including the table, there are 7 layers. I can't even tell you how many holes he had to drill through, but they all go down through the bottom of the table and into one connector, so that all we have to do is flip one switch and all the lights come on and all the village pieces start to work at one time. And the cords never come off. They get stored this way. And because we would take the pieces off and put them back on where we wanted to, we knew exactly that they would fit and how they would fit, and if we had extra room for pieces like cars and trees and other little add-ons. I want to say, however you normally put your village together, do it that way and build it up from there. You know how you like your village to look, but make it so that you have lots of heights and levels so that all the pieces show, so that the colors show when you turn it on. That's my favorite part, is when we light it and we turn everything on. I just love it. I started adding the smaller pieces to make sure they all fit, the little trucks, the people. And by the way, we always test every piece before we put it in, just to make sure that we don't do all this work just to have a piece that doesn't work, and we can fix it before we stick it on the village itself. We put the train on and make sure it would clear all the pieces, and it fit beautifully on this table. I want to say it's a 6-foot, maybe it's a 5-foot table, I'm not sure. We also cut the legs down on the table so that it would fit shorter, so that the kids could see it easier. We still had to do a light test. We did them periodically throughout the setup And we still do it today. This is my husband getting frustrated because the train didn't want to work. The train gives us issues every single year. It doesn't want to work. We have to clean the tracks. Oh, and that's my dog not being impressed with any of this. Hi, Sophie. And this is my husband letting me know he's not thrilled. But all in all, we got it to work. I wish this was bigger to show you, but when I took this last year, I was doing it from my phone for my kids, and I really wasn't thinking anything about putting it on YouTube. That's my first village piece, my carnival, my fire station. Well, I should say my husband's fire station because he was a fireman. And I have a flower shop, we have a diner, and we have a Christmas tree lot. I just love my village. It makes me happy. It brings out the kid in me. And it may seem like a silly thing to have, but you know what? That train, that's my husband's favorite part of this entire thing. He loves that train. Just be glad I don't have the volume on because that train is an annoying sound. That's what it looks like during the day with all its glory. It's beautiful during the day and it's beautiful at night. I just love my village. We put it up every single year. It makes me happy. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave a comment in the comment section and I will do my best to answer any questions you have. My husband may have to help me with that, but for the most part, I'm pretty sure I know how we did this. Thanks for watching. Enjoy!